Premier Williams, you spoke to it earlier inside, and the same thought, I guess, on the same issue, the regionalization of services. Comes again the situation with Flowers Cove and the St. Anthony Hospital. So now, this will be going up on our website, and people in Flowers Cove, after probably 8 p.m. in the evening, come after this fall, when these changes are made, they're not going to have emergency medical service for good parts of the year, because they'll have 100 kilometers to 200 kilometers, depending if you're from if you're going down St. Barb area, to travel to St. Anthony on a road that's often closed in the winter. What would you tell them? How would you tell them that this benefits them?
First of all, I have to ask them to work with us. I mean, we're going into Flowers Cove. We've just done a major school piece of work down there. It's about $4 million. We're putting a $9 million facility down there, replacing a facility that's nearly worthless, even though it served a great purpose over the years. There are people all around this great province of ours that have to drive for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours for services. We've shown what we've tried to do in order to bring services to the region. Dialysis is a good example. We brought dialysis in Anthony, we brought dialysis down the Muir Peninsula. We're trying to bring it closer to people, as close as we can get. But we don't have the luxury of being able to afford to put all services right to people's homes or right on the doorstep. We can't do it. From an X-ray perspective and a laboratory perspective, we got an hour up to Radington, and Radington about an hour up to St. Anthony. Those services are going to be there. The emergency services, most serious emergencies are definitely going down to St. Anthony Hospital anyways, as far as I understand. So we're not trying to remove service to people. I mean, there's nobody more sensitive to health care than any of us. We're all human. We all have mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and children and spouses, and so we're very sensitive to it, but it's what's affordable. And when we talk about regional concept, whether it's regional development or it's regional services, whether it's education or healthcare, we got to put a system in place so that it'll be able to be sustained for the long term. So we're going to put a $9 million facility in Flowers Cove or a $34 million facility in Lewisport. We're calling upon the people to help us find savings so we can afford to maintain these facilities, not only in these communities, but all over the province.
People in Straits there, one of the concerns brought up by the mayors in Flowers Cove and Anchor Point was that they haven't been able to hear anything. They weren't consulted. They feel that they weren't consulted on the new hospital, and that they really only found out about it in this media announcement. And they also weren't consulted on hours of operation. Would part of helping you find savings and stuff like that, wouldn't consulting them be part of that?
If we could consult with everybody on every single issue, absolutely would help. But something we simply practically can't do it on every single issue. There's people elect us to provide a service, to do a job, and they delegate the responsibility to us to make the right decisions. We get the best advice that we can get from the experts within our department, within the health boards, within the school boards, to make the right decisions. If we had to go out and consult on every single issue, we just wouldn't have time enough to do our jobs. So absolutely, it wouldn't hurt to have more consultation. But by the same token, we're doing things for the right reason. We're doing things that we've been delegated to do, and we have to make decisions. And we've been elected to make decisions. We've been elected to lead this province, and we're going to continue to do so. And but that's not pushing it in people's faces. We're saying, look, we're spending a lot of money on healthcare. It's gone to $2.6 billion. If it gets unaffordable, then there won't be new hospitals, there won't be new long-term care facilities, there won't be more pharmacare, as new drugs are required. That's a $10 or $15 million extra a year.
Yeah.
So, if they want to have some of the luxury items, for want of a better term, but that's not the right term, if they want to have some of the other essential items, then they've got to give us something back. They've got to help us try and find savings. And that's the practicality, that's the way it is.
One of the other things is, speaking on, getting word from the experts, obviously the local health authority would be an expert, right? So when the chair of the local health authority says that, quite frankly, was the quote, we haven't had the discussions we need to have on this. So wouldn't the local health authority have been an expert to have been consulted as well?
Yeah, like I said, we could be consulted with everybody. The other side of that is, we could conceivably consult with the local health authority and bring all the people from the region together and find out that, we don't need a $9 million facility in Flowers Cove.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a $1 million facility in Flowers Cove. So that's the double-edged sword. That can work both ways. There's a body of opinion that also says that a $34 million facility in Lewisport is way over the top. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to provide, very, very good facilities with the expertise that we've got ourselves, and then also trying to find some savings, but also some efficiency. So at the end of the day, if people go to Gander or Grand Falls for some of these services, hopefully they'll get a better service. If people go to St. Anthony or they go to Radington, hopefully they'll get a better service. So there's two reasons. We're trying to improve the service. We're trying to make it more efficient. We're also trying to find the critical savings that we need to keep this healthcare system going. There's a whole body of people out there that want to go to private healthcare. And if that body of opinion, and it's not here among any of us, I can tell you, but if that ever happened, then people will lose their public health care, and that's not where we want to be. We want to be able to show that we've got a model that works. Look what Obama's going through now down in the States. I mean, it's a nightmare down there. They're all over the place, and there's a lot of people got a lot of opinions. But we're elected to lead, we're elected to make decisions, and we're doing that to the best of our ability.
We've only got about 2 minutes left. So
I'll get one more question. This is to go back to the school now. The school, it's been a bad year in the fishery. The school's going to be providing a lot of employment to build these buildings. Was that part of the decision, was there any, there was no, concept of, with all the infrastructure? No, it's not part.
This is,
Go ahead and Darren, take the other
well, I
side.
mean,
You go.
it was one point, we laid out an infrastructure plan some time ago. Back in February, we rolled out our plans for this year. And part of it was a stimulus to the economy generally because of the global situation. But I mean, we had, we found ourselves in a spot where we have more money than we previously had. We've got a lot of infrastructure that needs to be redeveloped. And as the school board can tell you, and others, as I said inside, this project, these two projects, is really what they are, have been under discussion and planning for about 3.5 years now. And you just get to the point where you're able to go and you make the decision, you call tenders and get on with it. Now, obviously, right now the design of the school is not finished, but it's far enough advanced that you can call the tender for site work. And by February, probably it'll be advanced to the stage where we can call the tender for the building.
Right on.
Darren,
Thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just to say that, the new school here is one of 12 we're doing in the province, and it's not about big work projects, it's about an investment in education, as I said in here. And in this particular case, we're trying to make a solid investment for the future of the students here in this area, and that's plain and simple, that's what it's about.
And put your money in a better spot.
Right on. Thank you for your time,
Thank you very much.
gentlemen.
Okay, thank you.